Have you ever had someone in your life who just drains you? Maybe it's a family member who always criticizes your choices, or a friend who only shows up when they need something. At first, you tell yourself, it's just how they are, but over time, it starts to chip away at your peace, your confidence, even your happiness. Here's the hard truth. Not every relationship is worth keeping. Whether it's a friend, a co-worker, or even family, some connections do more harm than good. And as much as it hurts to walk away, holding on can hurt even more. So today, let's get real about the signs that it's time to let go, even if it's someone you love. 1. They mock your goals. Picture this. You're finally mustering the courage to share a dream that's been sitting in your heart for years. Maybe it's starting your own business, writing a book, learning a new skill, or even something as simple as adopting a healthier lifestyle. You're excited, vulnerable, and hoping for encouragement. But instead of support, you're met with laughter, a dismissive smirk, or comments like, "Really? You think you can do that?" It's deflating, isn't it? When someone mocks your goals, it reveals far more about them than it does about you. Here's the reality. People who belittle your dreams are often projecting their own fears. They've convinced themselves that pursuing something big is too risky, too hard, or too unrealistic. And instead of confronting their own limitations, they choose to mock yours. But this behavior is dangerous for one simple reason. It chips away at your belief in yourself. Every mocking comment feels like a tiny pinprick, and over time, those little wounds can bleed away your confidence. You start doubting whether your dreams are worth chasing. You start asking yourself, am I being foolish? Here's the truth you need to hear. No dream is too big or too small if it matters to you. Walking away from people who mock your goals, especially if they're close to you, isn't easy. But sometimes it's necessary. Surround yourself with those who lift you up, not those who tear you down. Find people who say, "I believe in you," not, "That'll never work." Let those who mock you be the fuel that drives you forward. Prove them wrong, not out of spite, but to show yourself that you are capable of more than they ever believed. Your goals are yours. Protect them fiercely, chase them unapologetically, and never let anyone's laughter dim the fire in your heart. 2. They're inconsistent. Let's be real. If someone can't decide whether they want to be in your life or not, why are you wasting your time? Inconsistency isn't just a quirk or a bad habit. It's a form of emotional manipulation. It keeps you guessing, wondering, did I do something wrong? Or, why aren't they showing up for me? And let me tell you, the moment you start questioning your own worth because of someone's erratic behavior, they've already won. Inconsistency is a giant red flag, even in family. Yes, I said it. Just because someone shares your DNA doesn't mean they get a free pass to treat you like an afterthought. If they only show up when it's convenient, they're not being a family member. They're being a user. People who are inconsistent aren't clueless. They know exactly what they're doing. They thrive on keeping you in a constant state of uncertainty because it puts the power in their hands. You're left chasing their attention, their time, their approval, and that's exactly where they want you, off balance and doubting yourself. If you let yourself be an option, don't be surprised when you're never their priority. Think about it. When was the last time someone's inconsistency made you feel valued? When did their on-again, off-again behavior ever build trust? It doesn't. It erodes it. If someone's inconsistency is robbing you of your peace, the good thing to do isn't to forgive endlessly. It's to walk away. Yes, it's harsh. But life is too short to cater to people who can't decide if you're worth their time. Surround yourself with those who show up, consistently, wholeheartedly, and without excuses. And for the ones who can't commit to being reliable, cut the cord. It's not heartless, it's self-respect. Because here's the bottom line, you're not a backup plan. You're not a convenience. You're a priority, or you're nothing at all. And if someone doesn't see that, it's their loss, not yours. 3. They constantly undermine you. Imagine this scenario. You're sitting at dinner with someone you care about, sharing a proud moment from your week. Maybe it's a promotion you worked hard for, a fitness goal you finally hit, or even something small, like learning how to cook a new dish. You're excited, expecting some encouragement, but instead, they hit you with something like, "That's nice, but isn't that what you were supposed to do anyway?" Here's the truth no one tells you. People who constantly undermine you are often battling their own insecurities. They see your growth as a threat. Your progress shines a light on their stagnation, and instead of facing that, they choose to dim your light. It's not about you, it's about their inability to deal with their own fears and shortcomings. But here's where it gets dangerous. If you keep these people in your life, their words start to sink in. You internalize their doubt, and it becomes your own. You start to hold back, afraid of being criticized. You play it safe, just to avoid their negativity, and in doing so, you limit your own potential. Walking away from someone like this can feel selfish, especially if they're a long-time friend or family member. But let me ask you this. Is it selfish to protect your peace? Is it wrong to prioritize your growth over someone else's comfort? We're taught to value what we can control, our mindset, our actions, and our response to the world. What we don't owe anyone is the sacrifice of our happiness to appease their insecurities. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. You can't control how someone treats you, but you can control how much access they have to your life. Life is too short to surround yourself with people who don't clap when you win. Real friends and family will celebrate your victories, no matter how big or small, because they care about your happiness. They don't see your success as a threat. They see it as a shared joy. So if someone in your life constantly makes you feel small, unworthy, or inadequate, it's time to let go. You don't need their approval to thrive. You only need your own belief in yourself. And trust me, once you cut out the noise, your confidence and peace will soar. 4. They're envious of your success. Jealousy is a subtle poison, and when it comes from someone close to you, it can be downright toxic. Envy isn't just about wishing they had what you have, it's about resenting you for achieving it. And the sad truth is, some people would rather see you fail than cheer for your success. Here's the thing, envy isn't always obvious. Sometimes it's disguised as backhanded compliments, passive-aggressive jokes, or even outright indifference. But one thing is consistent. Envy shows you who is truly in your corner and who isn't. True friends, true family, true partners, These are the people who light up when you succeed because your happiness adds to theirs. If someone can't celebrate your wins, it says more about their insecurities than it does about you. But let's make this controversial. Envy is a deal breaker in any relationship. Why? Because envy turns admiration into resentment. It creates a silent competition where there should be support. And worst of all, it often leads to sabotage, whether intentional or not. Envy doesn't just hurt you, it destroys the person who harbors it. When someone envies your success, they're not just unhappy with you, they're unhappy with themselves. They see your accomplishments as a reminder of what they don't have or what they haven't achieved, and instead of using it as motivation, they turn it into bitterness. But it's not your job to dim your light to make someone else comfortable. You shouldn't have to downplay your achievements, apologize for your success, or tiptoe around someone else's insecurities. Someone who envies you is trapped in a mindset of scarcity. They believe your success somehow takes away from theirs. And here's the kicker: envy isn't something you can fix for them. No amount of reassurance, humility, or kindness will change how they feel. That's their battle to fight. Your responsibility is to protect your peace and surround yourself with people who genuinely celebrate your growth. So, what do you do when you notice envy creeping into a relationship? You confront it, if you can. Be honest and say, "I feel like there's tension when I talk about my achievements. Is there something we need to address?" Sometimes it opens the door for growth. But if they deny it, lash out, or make you feel guilty for succeeding, it's time to reevaluate the relationship. Walking away might feel harsh, especially if it's a close friend or family member. But remember, you can't thrive in an environment where your success is met with resentment. You deserve to be surrounded by people who inspire you, support you, and genuinely celebrate your victories. 5. They only call when they need something. You know the type. They go radio silent for weeks, months even, until they suddenly pop up in your life with a friendly, "Hey, how are you?" At first you think, "Oh, they miss me." But within minutes, the real reason they've reached out becomes clear. They need something: money, advice, a favor, your time. Whatever it is, the conversation always circles back to them. This isn't friendship, it's transactional. These people don't see you as a person, they see you as a resource. And as soon as you stop being useful, they vanish until the next time they need to exploit your kindness. Here's the controversial truth. Allowing people like this to stay in your life isn't compassion. It's self-sabotage. They're not building a relationship, they're draining it. Every time you answer their call or bail them out, you're reinforcing the idea that you're just a tool for their convenience. Ask yourself, is someone who only shows up when they need something making you better? Are they supporting your growth, or are they stunting it by taking and taking without giving anything back? But let's dig deeper. Why do we allow this behavior? For many of us, it's guilt. Maybe you feel obligated because they're family, or you don't want to seem selfish. But here's the truth. Boundaries aren't selfish. They're necessary. You can't pour from an empty cup, and constantly giving to people who don't reciprocate leaves you drained and resentful. Boundaries doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care enough about yourself to stop being taken advantage of. It means you're refusing to be someone's safety net while they offer you nothing in return. You can't control someone's intentions, but you can control how much access they have to your life. Here's the hard truth. If someone only calls you when they need something, they don't value you. They value what you can do for them. And if they can't be bothered to show up for you when you need support, they don't deserve to be a part of your life. It's not easy to cut ties with people like this, especially if they're close to you. But you owe it to yourself to prioritize relationships that are mutual, not one-sided. You deserve people who check in just to see how you're doing, who give as much as they take, and who see you as more than a means to an end. 6. They hold grudges. Some people treat grudges like trophies, proudly displaying their bitterness for everyone to see. They hold on to the smallest slight, the tiniest mistake, and carry it with them as if it defines your entire relationship. Let me be blunt. If someone can't let go of the past, they're chaining both of you to it, and that's not a relationship, it's a prison sentence. When people hold grudges, they're telling you something important about themselves. They value resentment more than resolution. Instead of addressing the issue, forgiving and moving forward, they choose to keep the wound open, reminding you of it every chance they get. It's exhausting and deeply unfair. Holding on to grudges is the opposite of strength. It's weakness disguised as righteousness. It shows a lack of emotional maturity and an unwillingness to grow. But let's address the elephant in the room. Why do some people hold grudges? For many, it's about control. A grudge gives them leverage, a way to guilt or manipulate you. They'll remind you of your sins to keep you feeling guilty, indebted, or like you owe them something. It's their way of ensuring the relationship revolves around their terms, not yours. The irony is, people who hold grudges often demand perfection from you while giving themselves a free pass. They expect you to never mess up, but if you call them out on their flaws, suddenly it's a different story. They'll excuse their behavior, justify their actions, or even flip the script to make you feel like the bad guy. But someone who holds grudges will never let you off the hook. Why? Because their grudge isn't really about you, it's about them. It's about their inability to process emotions, to forgive, or to see beyond their own perspective. So what do? You set boundaries. You refuse to let someone define you by your mistakes, especially when they refuse to let go of their own bitterness. Forgiveness is a two-way street. If someone isn't willing to meet you halfway, it's not your job to drag them across. You deserve relationships that are rooted in mutual respect, understanding and growth, not ones weighed down by the baggage of unresolved resentment. So if someone in your life treats every mistake like a permanent stain, it might be time to walk away. Not because you don't care, but because you care enough about yourself to stop being someone's punching bag. Let them hold on to their grudges. You've got better things to hold on to, like your peace, your self-respect, and your future. 7. They encourage bad habits. Real friends want to see you grow, evolve, and reach your full potential. Toxic ones? They're perfectly happy to see you stuck, or worse, slipping backward, because your progress might remind them of their lack of it. When someone encourages bad habits, they're not just being careless, they're holding you back in the most dangerous way possible. When someone encourages your bad habits, they're not your friend, they're your accomplice. They're enabling behavior that harms you because it makes them feel better about their own lack of discipline or direction. The Stoics would call this a failure of virtue. People who push you toward bad habits aren't just wasting their time, they're wasting yours too. And time, as we all know, is the one resource you can never get back. Some people need you to have bad habits because your struggle makes them feel normal. They'll encourage you to overspend because they're drowning in debt. They'll push you to skip workouts because they can't face their own health issues. They'll hand you another drink, even when you say you've had enough, because they don't want to drink alone. It's not just destructive, it's selfish. Encouraging bad habits isn't about camaraderie or fun. It's about keeping you trapped in the same cycle they refuse to break out of. And let's be clear, misery loves company. But here's where it gets tricky. Sometimes the people encouraging bad habits don't even realize they're doing it. They might think they're being supportive, fun, or helping you relax. But whether it's intentional or not, the result is the same. They're pulling you further away from your goals, your health, and your potential. This is where boundaries come in. You need to be firm about what you're willing to accept in your life. If someone constantly tempts you to indulge in bad habits, you have to ask yourself, is this relationship helping me grow, or is it holding me back? Let me tell you, breaking away from people like this isn't easy. You'll face resistance. They might accuse you of changing, becoming too serious, or acting better than them. But here's the thing, growth is supposed to change you, and anyone who truly cares about you will understand that. A true friend won't pressure you into one more drink, another unnecessary shopping spree, or a lazy day when they know you're trying to improve. They'll hold you accountable, cheer you on, and even join you in your efforts to break bad habits. If someone's presence is calling forth your worst, it's time to reevaluate their role in your life. Life is hard enough without people actively steering you off course. You deserve relationships that inspire discipline, growth, and self-respect, not ones that make you question your own values and priorities. So, if someone in your life is constantly encouraging bad habits, it's time to ask yourself, are they helping me grow, or are they keeping me stuck? And if it's the latter, the answer is clear. Let them go. Life is too short to surround yourself with people who drain your energy, mock your goals, or hold you back. Whether it's a friend, a partner, or even family, relationships should lift you up, not weigh you down. Remember, walking away doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care about yourself enough to choose peace, growth, and authenticity over toxicity. As the Stoics remind us, you are the average of the people you spend the most time with. So ask yourself, are the people around you inspiring you to become your best self, or are they anchoring you to the person you no longer want to be? It's not easy to cut ties, but sometimes it's the most loving thing you can do for yourself and for them. Because when you let go of the wrong people, you make space for the right ones to come into your life. So take a moment to reflect, identify the signs, trust your instincts, and remember, you deserve relationships built on mutual respect, love, and growth. The journey to a better you starts with the company you keep. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content that inspires you to take control of your life and make every moment count. Stay strong, stay grounded, and I'll see you in the next video.